Here's a long, detailed summary of Chapter 1, The Secrets of Amenti, Origins and the Fall, from Voyagers 2, The Secrets of Amenti by Ashayana Dean. Overview. Chapter 1 opens the main body of Voyagers 2 with a direct Amenti transmission 1998, described as a communication from the Guardian Alliance, a consortium of advanced interdimensional races guiding human evolution. The Guardians announce that they are finally revealing information humanity has waited 800,000 years to receive. The hidden history of human evolution, the origins of the angelic human lineage, and the cosmic fall that led to Earth's current state. The narrative explains that the book's teachings come from translations of the Cloister Doratura plates, CDT plates, ancient holographic records containing the original creation mechanics and history of the species known as Tyranniusium, the original human template. The first world, planet Tara, origins of humanity. About 560 million years ago, in a higher frequency reality called the Second Harmonic Universe, HU2, the planet Tara existed as the original home of humanity. Many ET and metaterrestrial races joined together under the Syrian Council to create a Master Guardian race, the Tyranniusium 1 or T1 experiment. The founders were beings from the 4th and 5th harmonic universes, working through a seed race known as the Lyrans of HU3. The Lyrans created the Elohim, who acted as overseers for the Syrians in HU2. The goal, design a race capable of holding a full 12-strand DNA template that could embody the divine blueprint of creation while serving as stewards of planetary and galactic systems. The Tyranniusium race thrived for millions of years on Tara. They evolved into 12 sub-races, including the Brahman, Atoni, Trinitan, Azatan, Kuldami, Ute Arans, Luri, Saras, Nezaktai, and Melchizedeks, each carrying a distinct genetic slant from one of the 12 original contributing founder races. The fall of the harmony of Tara was disrupted by certain factions' misuse of planetary energy systems. Some T1 groups experimented with Stargate mechanics and scalar field technology beyond their understanding. These experiments fractured Tara's planetary grid, destabilizing her electromagnetic fields and eventually causing a planetary implosion. The Guardian Alliance explains that this catastrophe fragmented Tara into three-dimensional harmonic realities. Portions of her planetary mass fell into lower frequency bands, becoming what we now experience as Earth, Venus, and Mars. The human soul groups incarnated into these new worlds to continue their evolution.
The Sphere of Amenti.
After the fall, the Guardians created a safe evolutionary environment, the Sphere of Amenti, an interdimensional field positioned in inner Earth. It functions as a morphogenetic field, a blueprint field, holding the genetic templates of the fallen Tyranniusium souls. Within this sphere, human DNA patterns could be gradually repaired, allowing for eventual reascension back to Tara's frequency. This became the foundation of all later Amenti teachings, and is the reason the book is titled The Secrets of Amenti. The seeding races and genetic lineages. Following the fall, the founders initiated a sequence of planetary reseedings to rehabilitate the human lineage. 1. First seeding, restoration of the Tyranniusium race line through selective DNA repair, but this line was sabotaged by other extraterrestrial factions. 2. Second seeding, new genetic templates formed, introducing guardian races such as the Ayayani priests of and Melchizedek priesthoods. 3. Third seeding, our present line, creation of the angelic human lineage, a fusion of higher dimensional Elohim and Syrian genetics designed to reactivate the dormant 12-strand DNA template. Each seeding faced interference from fallen angelic groups, races such as the Anunnaki, Draconian and Zeta collectives, who sought to control Earth's stargates and prevent human ascension. The Templar seal and division of races. To protect the rehabilitated humans, the Guardians instituted the Templar seal, which limited access to the Sphere of Amenti for those carrying distorted genetics. These sealed lineages were redirected through Alcyone in the Pleiades for purification before re-entry into Amenti. The Templar seal modified specific tones in the DNA strands, 2nd, 4th, and 5th strands, essentially blocking full activation. The most affected groups were the Templar Anu and Melchizedek cloisters, whose descendants became some of the Earth's hybridized human lines. Purpose and evolutionary goal. The chapter emphasizes that humanity's mission is to restore the original 12-strand DNA and realign with the divine Christos blueprint. That the sphere of Amenti serves as the key to this regeneration. By awakening chelontic science, the mechanics of light, sound, and thoughts that form matter, humans can reclaim multidimensional awareness. The Guardian Alliance calls this process the Christos realignment mission, a long-term effort to reintegrate humanity with the higher harmonic universes. Themes and tone. Chapter 1 blends cosmology, metaphysics, and mythic narrative. It reframes human history as an interdimensional rehabilitation project supervised by benevolent cosmic orders. It connects ancient myths, Atlantis, Lemuria, the fall of man, to a scientific spiritual framework of multidimensional physics and DNA activation. The chapter closes by asserting that this knowledge marks the return of teachings long hidden since the fall of Tara, fulfilling a prophecy that humanity would rediscover its origins when planetary stargates reopened.
In summary,
Chapter 1 of Voyagers 2 presents the creation of the original human race, Tyrannosaurus on Tara 560 million years ago, the planetary fall and its transformation into Earth, the establishment of the sphere of Amenti for soul rehabilitation, the successive seedings of humanity and genetic engineering by both Guardian and Intruder ET races. The Templar seal's role in separating pure and hybrid lineages. Humanity's ultimate mission, reactivating the 12-strand DNA template to rejoin the higher harmonic universes and fulfill the original Christos blueprint. Would you like me to continue with a summary of Chapter 2, the 3 seedings and the cloister races next, keeping the same detailed style? Excellent question. Yes, according to Voyagers 2, the secrets of Amenti, the seedings were multiple attempts by the Guardian Alliance and Founders races to rebuild and rehabilitate the original human lineage, the Tyrannosaurus, after the catastrophic fall of Tara, and the first seeding did fail due to interference from opposing extraterrestrial factions. Let's break it down clearly and chronologically. 1. Why seeding was necessary. Around 550 million years ago, the planet Tara in the second harmonic universe suffered a massive cataclysm caused by misuse of energy technologies by the Elanian and Lumian races, descendants of the original Tyrannosaurus experiment. This disaster fragmented Tara's planetary grid, blowing portions of it into lower dimensions. The fragments became what we now know as Earth and the other planets in our solar system. The souls of the Taran people were also fragmented. They fell in frequency and became trapped within the lower dimensional fields of Earth. The Guardian Alliance's mission then became to rescue and rehabilitate these lost souls so they could ascend back to Tara. To do this, the Guardians created the Sphere of Amenti, a morphogenetic field, an energetic DNA blueprint placed in Earth's core. The sphere contained the 12-strand DNA template of the original human race. Through it, the Guardian races could reseed new human bodies capable of holding the lost soul's consciousness and allowing them to evolve back upward in vibration. That's what the seedings were. Planetary repopulations of humanity using adjusted DNA templates to rebuild the fallen race. The first seeding about 250 million years ago. Goal: recreate the original Tyrannosaurus human angelic lineage on Earth using the pure 12-strand DNA patterns stored in the sphere of Amenti. Participants, the Paladorians, a coalition including the Syrians, Lyrans, Elohim and Ur-Taranates. Oversight by the Guardian Alliance and the priests of Ur and Mu, Taran spiritual scientists. What happened? The Guardian races created the cloistered races. 5 etheric, pre-human species with partial DNA templates meant to anchor the higher frequencies of the 12 strands. These beings existed partly in parallel Earth, antiparticle Earth, and were non-physical or semi-etheric. Their purpose was to prepare the environment and the energy grids for the physical root races that would follow. Failure. Before the process could be completed, an invasion and interference occurred from fallen ET groups, especially the Anunnaki, Draconian and reptilian collectives. These groups tampered with Earth's grid systems and human DNA templates to control planetary portals, stargates, and enslave the human lineage for their own agendas. Their genetic manipulations caused degradation of the DNA template, cutting it down from 12 strands to 2 or 3 active strands. The first seeding lineages could no longer sustain the necessary vibration for ascension, and many souls became trapped or fragmented again. Result, the first seeding was declared a failure and the project was halted. Number 3, the second seeding, approx 250 to 25 million years ago. Goal, restart humanity's evolution under stricter energetic protection. The Guardian Alliance created new sub-races on Earth called the cloistered root races, each responsible for developing one portion of the 12-strand DNA pattern. These were known as the Antrians, Brianoa, Hibiru, Melchizedeks, and Uniseti, the cloistered races of Amenti. Each carried 8 active strands and served as custodians for the other missing strands, effectively rebuilding the DNA gradually. The 5 cloister races later gave rise to the 7 root races of humanity. Outcome: the second seeding succeeded partially, but still suffered sabotage. Certain cloister lines interbred with fallen angelic strains, creating hybrid races with distorted DNA. These distortions would later show up as Atlantean and Lemurian power struggles in later epochs. 4. The third seeding, much later in our current Earth cycle. Goal: reintroduce the angelic human, Christos DNA template again, this time with the assistance of the Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order. The Ark of the Covenant and Halls of Amenti were reactivated to enable controlled incarnations of souls carrying the 12-strand template. The Indigo Children and Oraphim angelic humans are described as modern descendants of this third seeding. Challenges: ongoing interference by fallen groups continued into historical times, including manipulation through religious, genetic and planetary grid systems. Despite this, the third seeding represents humanity's current evolutionary cycle, our opportunity to reclaim the full DNA potential and ascend back to higher dimensions. 5. The spiritual meaning. In Dean's framework, the seedings are not just biological but spiritual epochs, each one an attempt to help human souls regain consciousness of their divine origins. First seeding, creation of the physical template, failed due to corruption and external invasion. Second seeding, partial restoration interrupted by interbreeding and power misuse. Third seeding, present effort to awaken humanity's full spiritual DNA and restore the Christos blueprint. Ultimately, the Guardian Alliance views the seedings as progressive healing phases in a vast rescue mission, returning fragmented consciousness, human souls, to unity with Source through genetic and spiritual repair. Would you like me to summarize each seeding in a chart form with timeline, purpose, races involved and outcome? That makes the differences much clearer at a glance.